entry, used less distance to slide up in front of the one of Carson Quapple, and Quapple gave him a little shot. Possibly, maybe had a front tire down, maybe he was trying to get to pit lane late.
Oh.
And then this is
really tore it up.
exactly what is the nightmare of a crew chief when they hear that you have a flat tire and you're not near the pits. They don't want this to happen.
Let's go back to that strategy conversation. You and I were talking earlier off air. You get to 90 laps, you're pretty much in a spot where you're going to come if the caution comes out. I'm not saying this is perfect for crew chiefs, but a decent amount of comfort here, hitting just over 80 laps to go.
Right, and last year we had some teams who tried to go really far, almost 100 laps on a tank of fuel. That was not able to be done. Talking to some crew chiefs, especially those powered by the Hendrick Motor Shop, basically said they've actually seen a little worse fuel mileage this year, so they didn't feel very comfortable that even at this lap number to go that they could make it. They were looking more to be in the sub 80 laps to go, maybe even in the 70s. So I think you most likely see a lot of takers here on pit road for the fuel, but there might be some nervous crew chiefs who go all the way, especially with possibility of a green white check.
And I would say if you look at last year, you feel like, hey, you're going to get plenty of caution laps to make it work, even if you're close. However, today
hasn't had that feel.
This race just hasn't had that feel. Big thing here, execute on the pit lane, maintain or gain some track position. Cruz leading him down. He's in front of Allgaier, Sawalich, Carruth, and Jones. It's progressive pit road. Here's Dylan Welch.
And William Sawalich will pit from third. Said he was loose in and off in tight center, but that was getting better. Don't see a chassis adjustment coming, so just air pressure, 4 tires, and get it full of fuel. They think they can make it from here, but as you guys said, it's going to be close, Kim.
Justin Allgaier said, I felt pretty good. Not sure what I need to make it better. The 1/3 mark of the corner is his main issue. See him on the right side of the screen. No major adjustments for him. He does want a long run. That car very good on the long run. As you see the 19 off and away, he said just free, but really good in traffic. Actually, unbelievable is what he said about that 19 car.
And the 19 team, unbelievable as well. They execute their work, and he wins the race off progressive.
Anyone else there?
I mean, look at that. Allgaier comes off second. It's Clements, Sawalich, and Carruth behind him. We'll get the restart next.
Lemon's at 14.
The 3 that were actually 3 wide, but it was Jeremy Clements slowing up on the high side because he was in an awkward position there, being on the outside of 3 wide. See, didn't anticipate it, ran into the back.
I say damage in the back of the car.
Jeremy Clements spun around as Sam Mayer heads to the garage. That wounded 41 car that's been struggling this whole race with the issue.
He'd been last on the leaderboard all day long. I mean, they had the problems early, came down, never got it resolved, stayed on the lead lap for a good portion of time, eventually just lost traction on the day, and now he's taking it to the garage.
That's such a shame for Clements, who's having an awesome race. As we look back at this, so you'll see Corey Day's going to jet forward. He drove it really hard to the corner, trying to clear that. Clements trying to do the smart thing, backed out of it. As you see, the 39 was caught him so quickly. Ryan just didn't anticipate that correctly. Gets into his left rear and spins him out. The 51 hits the wall in a way to rip apart the rear. Lucky not to get nailed here as he came down the track.
Especially this early in a restart when there's so much traffic. Really nice effort by all these drivers and their spotters to make through.
Again, they're going to have a lot to discuss, but trying to get the best day possible out of it.
Late rally, Austin Hill spent a lot of time outside the top 10 this afternoon, but going after Taylor Gray for 7th here.
Retzloff has decided to continue driving that car absolutely sideways down there in 3 and 4. Allows Roger Cruz to get to the inside. That got tight once again.
Look at Harrison Burton hanging tough in that 24 car. As good a day as he's had all year. Prior to today, best run of the season, 17th. So trying to make something happen this afternoon.
And he'd really like these two to sort it out. You don't want them side by side in front of you. Hold them up, make it vulnerable there to his cousin, Jim Burton.
I just love these speed shots. Really emphasizes what this place is all about. Kyle Petty told us before we went green, It's like Bristol on steroids. We go to Bristol next week. We're getting version number 1 of it here today. Let's go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Turn it up. CW Sports live in Rockingham, North Carolina, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, racing on Easter weekend. With Parker Kligerman, I'm Adam Alexander, Kim Kuhn, Dylan Welsh in the pit lane, Carla Metz hanging out in the CW garage. 63 laps to go. Saw a flash there of Austin Green in the 87. He's inside the top 20 and having a good day.
So it's that Sunoco car there of LeVar Scott fighting to be inside the top 20, getting really close. Lots of green there. Wow, that's tight.
Well, just in front of them, you got Corey Day, right, who's been all over the place here, really, in this final stage. We talked about them coming down to put that lug nut on, and he's been able to make up some ground, working his way back toward the top 15.
Austin Green got a little bit looser there when Jesse Love got to his left rear. LeVar Scott says, thank you very much. Gets him away from him. They were running side by side.
Allgaier had lost 4th to Creed, 7 starting to come back. And I'm anxious to watch. If this thing runs out, what does Allgaier have for those Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota